Good afternoon. Again, my name is Trooper Dark with the Department of Public Safety, Highway Patrol Public Information Officer for the East Texas area. This afternoon's press conference is going to be brief. There is inclement weather that is moving through the area, so we want to try to keep it as brief as possible and get you guys into some safer locations. So at this point, I will turn it over to Chuck Allen.
Good afternoon, and thank y'all for being here. Just kind of recap a few things. As of yesterday afternoon and this morning, approximately 98% of all power has been restored to those areas that can accept power. There's a reminder that there is currently still a boil water notice that is in effect for the city of Van and those that are on Ben Wheeler water supply. We do have the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality on site with us in our command staff that is evaluating the water and air quality. Net Health is also on scene with us. They're doing some water sampling of different areas here in the community to make sure that we do not have any issues with the drinking water, and also to keep reporting back to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality as to a time frame when we may be able to lift that boil water notice. As reported this morning, we're still reporting that if anybody is missing any animals, pets, that you can contact the Van City Marshal's office and they can get you in contact if your animal's been located. New news, as of this morning, we did implement the traffic flow structure in the affected areas. That is working extremely well. We're being able to manage and streamline debris material in and out of here. What we do ask is that people continue to minimize the number of personal vehicles in the area. What this will do is it'll limit, right now it's limiting our access in and out of emergency responders getting in, doing their job, and also getting other trailers and trucks in there and heavy equipment to help continue to move this disaster debris. Law enforcement officials just a short time ago began moving through the affected area and warning residents of the impending inclement weather. This has been extremely beneficial. The citizens in that area have been extremely grateful for the warning and notice that we've been able to give these citizens. We'll continue to monitor this storm and the safety of our citizens, volunteers, and first responders is our utmost concern. As we have learned, storms can increase in intensity rather quickly. It is important that the residents continue to monitor the weather and seek shelters if conditions deteriorate. Where are we at today and where will we be tomorrow and weeks forthcoming? Volunteers are continuing to come in. We encourage them to continue to come in and assist this fine community of Van Zandt County and the city of Van. We do ask, however, that any volunteers that come in report to the Van Methodist Church to receive any area assignments of areas that we may have identified as needing assistance. State donation management teams will be here towards the end of this week to assist us in the disaster recovery, and they'll be coordinating those efforts with local and county counterparts. We will have representatives from the state public assistance and individual assistant teams arriving later this week to begin assisting us, the county officials, the city of Van, and also those residents that are affected on assessing damages and determining any type of eligibility resources that can be offered up down the road. Judge, would you like to say something? I'll turn it back.
Go ahead and open it up for questions that you may have of either the judge or the fire marshal.
Can we talk about people coming to cities? We heard FEMA maybe coming. Is that the case?
Right now, the governor has declared a disaster for Van Zandt County and several other counties in the state of Texas. There are certain thresholds that the state has to meet. We met our threshold here in the Van Zandt County to offer up for a disaster declaration. Once the state meets that threshold, then he can push it on up to the president and ask for that FEMA declaration.
That is not happening.
That is not. The state has not met that threshold yet. But I'm sure by the time all this is said and done, with the flooding and everything across the state, that they anticipate we will meet that threshold.
You said that the state's going to come and try and offer assistance. What type of assistance are they going to be able to offer to residents?
They're small grants, loans, and stuff like that the state can come in and offer up. There's different programs, USDA, all those different types of opportunities are there. It's just getting those in here, figuring out what we're eligible for and what the community and those residents that have been affected. If you have insurance, there are certain things that you're eligible for. If you have insurance, So working with these individual residents is going to be the key.
How's the cleanup effort in getting electricity restored to a certain area? How's that going?
Do what, sir?
How's the cleanup effort in getting electricity restored? How's that going?
According to Encore, 98% of all customers that can receive electricity has been restored. There are some areas that have been identified where we still have some issues, and it may be because the structure is not safe enough to accept that electricity, but they are working diligently to get everybody 100%.
With this storm coming in, are y'all hearing anything more than just heavy rain and winds?
This morning, the National Weather Service did put us an area to monitor that we are prone to possible tornadoes.
Did you have enough tarps and things to get things covered?
Say that again.
The tarps and stuff, I know that's a priority, trying to get things covered up. Is that
My understanding is anybody that's needed tarps, we've had them available, so I don't think there's been a limited resource there that it's there.
Contractors, roofers, things like that, are scams still a concern?
Scams will be a concern not only today but down the road, and we're still going to continue to be sure that our citizens are not taken advantage of and that their needs are met.
How are you doing that, making sure they're not doing
The city is still working on getting a flyer out. It's just kind of a work in progress. There is multiple law enforcement agencies out and about. They're going up and down the street. If somebody has a concern, flag those officers down. They'll get that information. If we think somebody's being scammed, those individuals will be escorted out of the area and dealt with appropriately.
The people that I've seen, it seems like it's mostly volunteers. Do we have mostly volunteers, or are there some kind of for-hire contractors out there as well?
We do have some for-hire contractors in there, and that's one of the things that came to our attention. There was some money being exchanged at one of the cleanup sites. These individuals have been affected. It's their right, it's their property. If they want to pay somebody to clean it up, they're entitled to do that. If somebody's demanding money to clean up somebody's property, we're not going to deal with. I mean, we're not. That's not cordial. You know, it's unethical in my opinion, especially with what these people have gone through. We have enough volunteers here that can assist these people. That's not here to take money from these people that have been affected.
Has there been any new areas designated for debris and brush and things cleaned up?
We met a roadblock earlier today in the debris management aspect.
Yeah.
We were working that aspect with the TCEQ on trying to identify a location and making sure that we're doing things by the letter of the law, because the last thing we want to do is get in trouble down the road.
But do you anticipate at some point saying this is a place you can take?
That is our hope, to be able to identify a place with TCEQ and that they approve that location, but they have the ultimate authority in that.
With the inclement weather coming in, we obviously have a lot of out-of-town guests here. Is there a place people should know that they can go in case of needing shelter?
That's a very good question, and we talked about that just a little bit ago. If for some reason we have an impending tornado or anything like that to bear down on us again, once the siren is sounded, I don't think there is any place here in this town that will not allow you to seek shelter in their facility. I think the doors will open up. Y'all get in here and let's ride this storm out. Any other questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you.
You want to do one at 9?
Let's shoot for that.
We're going to shoot for 9 o'clock. Press conference tomorrow morning. If there's any change in that, I'll make sure that I get that pushed out to you via social media or press release. Okay, thank you.